What's going on, YouTube? It is your girl Erin, your brand going by Air Credit Up for this channel. And today we are going to be talking about Mr. Dave Ramsey. Now, for starters, I love Dave Ramsey, but we're going to be talking about things that you can apply to your own financial situation to begin, of course, building your credit and also investing into the stock market. Now, for starters, everybody's situation is different, and I have consumed well over 100 hours of Dave Ramsey. Mr. Dave Ramsey always talking about starting that emergency fund. That's where I get that from. So I always start that emergency fund starting with $1,000. I personally started with $2,000. After starting with the emergency fund of $2,000 or $1,000 as he teaches, you are then able to start eliminating debt. Once you get that debt down to a minimum, you then are able to start seeing more money in order to invest into the stock market. Now, when it comes to investing, you know they have many different platforms: Charles Schwab, Fidelity, Moo, Acorns, and so many more platforms that you can get used to and adjusted to, right? So with that being said, make sure you all are doing your research on these different platforms. That way you will have some type of knowledge on investing. Dave Ramsey also talks about growth stock mutual funds. I personally like ETFs. Whatever your situation is, that's when you choose to what you want to put your money into the stock market. If you have no idea where your money is going, do not invest into the stock market. If you don't know where your money is going into the stock market, do not do that, because then you will be considered investing blindly. Always have some type of knowledge and information on your funds and where you are putting your money. That way things will work out in your favor. They have, of course, investment accounts. They also have later accounts. Roth IRA, you would not be able to touch those investments, and you would not be able to touch your money until you reach a certain age when it comes to their Roth IRA. Now, you could make some adjustments if you have to touch those investments, but once you do the first two steps that I have told you to do, you will not have to touch your investments because you have that emergency fund to go back to, bounce on like a trampoline. Y'all already know how I like to put it. Make sure that you comment, rate, and subscribe, and drop it in the comment section below if you are gaining information and knowledge about investing and building your credit. When it comes to credit, Dave Ramsey teaches not to use credit cards at all. And I understand why. Balance is in full. Some people do, some people don't. When you are disciplined enough to get those credit cards, get those credit cards. If you're not disciplined enough, always use a debit card. And what I mean by discipline is you're not going to get that whole $1,000 and spend $900. You're just not going to do that. If you get a credit line for $6,000, try to keep it at that 10% usage. That way you are letting them know that you are responsible. And when you open that credit line up and they're seeing that you are very responsible with making your payments on time, auto pay. Put it on auto pay. That way it comes directly out of your account for where your job is direct depositing money into. So keep it on auto pay. If you are having problems paying the minimum payment on that credit line, that credit card, you let the credit card company know that you ran into a financial hardship. They will give you time to make payments. They'll make certain arrangements in order for you to make that credit card payment. They'll even pause it. That way you won't be worried about it. Make sure you all are doing your research. Make sure you all are acquiring knowledge about certain information when it comes to your financial situation. About Dave Ramsey, basically he's really teaching hard discipline, and I understand why he does. Sign up in credit card debt, which you don't want, because the higher the debt amount, you're not going to want to pay that. But when you are mature enough and when you are responsible enough, use those credit cards. I typically like to use my credit cards. Starting out with building your credit, keep it at 3 cards. Now, I know how to use those cards. I know when to make my payments. I know how to, work around certain things. Due date, statement date. The main 2 things that you need to know. Okay, 35, 30, 15, 10. So to have the information on that, you are then able to start using a credit card. You are using your social security number. You always want to have different things on your credit. And that helps you build it. Building credit takes time. It always takes time. Like well over 6 to 10 years. Like sometimes we can have old credit accounts. When you have open credit card lines, anything of that is reoccurring. But also, Dave Ramsey talks about don't invest into the stock market until you are completely debt free. See, a lot of people's situations are different. If you are not debt free and you're making a certain amount of money and you want to keep investing into the stock market, just drop your investments. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to have a whole bunch of money. You don't have to start with $100. You don't have to start with $1,000. You can do 20, 25 a week if you have to, just to keep something going into the stock market in order to gain the compound interest. When you start seeing dividends, putting money into the stock market in order to get those dividends growing, the power of compound interest is like, wow, like this money is literally gaining you money. It's making you money on your investments. Like I said, always do your research on this though. And like I said, I like to try to keep it as simple as possible. I'm not going to make it long, drawn out, boring, but comment, rate, and subscribe if you have found this video informational. Comment, rate, and subscribe. Air Credit Up is signing out.